Hello, everybody, and welcome to the welcome to the Awakening Network. Welcome to the Awakening Network. Yes, where we accelerate the consciousness of humanity thanks to you and thanks to everything that we do every single day. Because we have this incredible show called the Ask Julius Show, where today we are actually having the 129th episode of the Ask Julius Show. What happens in this show, by the way, my name is Angel. And in this show, what happens is that our audience has always this incredible set of questions that ask Julius and their group of entities who are being channeled by Kasey Speer. Hi, Kasey, how are you?
I'm great. Hope everybody out there, and we used to say TV land, right? Everybody out there in TV land. Now we say everybody out there in live streaming podcast-ish land, right? And hello to everybody. Welcome in on a Sunday, and we love you, and it's so great to be here, of course.
It's so great to be here. Absolutely. Thank you for reminding everybody. And we start having so many text messages. As you know, we always have so many text messages, and the first ones coming from KTAG57, and then Porch Talk Sibyl, and Porch Talk Sibyl again. And without further ado, let's jump into the questions. I'm going to start with some offline questions. The first question comes from Jitka. Hi, Kasey and Julius. Do viruses really exist? And if so, are they contagious?
So viruses do not exist organically. They are not part of an organic biological system on the earth. They are all man-made. They are all made in a laboratory. They are all made with intention. And the way that you will know that this is true, Masters, is that they have code numbers to them. Okay, they're actually registered. So no, we would say they are not natural. Now, do man-made viruses exist? Yes, they do. Having said that, your body is an extraordinary system designed to pretty much survive all of that if your immune system is in a really great form and you're in a really great vibrational form. And when we say that, Masters, it is imperative for your health and well-being for your body to receive the correct seasonal nutrients. So your biosystem, biorhythms of your earthship will grow things seasonally, and that is designed to feed you seasonally and appropriately to help support your immune systems and also help support the correct nutrients according to temperature, according to arid situations, or things of that nature. When you are eating a healthy diet, a balanced diet, an organic diet, free of artificial ingredients, artificial, of course, horribly refined sugars, horribly refined salts, free of metal, free of plastic, free of toxins in your body, free of fluoride, all the horrible additives that they throw at you to throw your body out of rhythm and to falter and collapse your immune system, then you're super susceptible to everything that is put out there, pretty much everything that is put out there. Are viruses transmittable? We would say yes, they are transmittable through fluids, okay? But generally not airborne, just airborne. So you've really been deceived. You've really been deceived. But here's the awesome thing. Again, we're going to support that your body is amazing. It is amazing. It's amazing at recovering itself. It's amazing at healing itself. It's amazing at protecting itself. So every single one of you can take hold of your body's wellness by changing so many things about the way you approach your life and your resilience. And the very first thing that everybody on the planet needs to do is detox Everybody needs a parasite cleanse. Everybody needs a reset on their body. And then you need to be practicing healthy habits. You need to stay away from highly processed foods. You need to stay away from refined foods, and you should be doing everything to bolster your immune system. And there's all kinds of ways for you to do that naturally. In that case, Masters, you will have no fear of the viruses or anything else that they're putting out for you. But if you will track things seasonally, they will always call for flu seasons, quote unquote flu seasons. And if you track it appropriately, it's generally sugar season. So you're in sugar season from October through the end of February, according to your holidays, according to everything that you celebrate. You're in high refined sugar season, and that just destroys your immune system, absolutely destroys your immune system. So all they have to do is sprinkle you with a little bit of virus, and you've got a contagion on your hands. And it's basically just because of your faltering immune system, not so much about the strength of the virus.
Excellent. Thank you so much. A question from Porch Talk Sibyl. Is it true that our teeth are crystals or bones?
They are bone, but here's what's amazing about your teeth. Your body is designed to continually reproduce new teeth. So you have been robbed of an enzyme. Your enzyme has been blocked, mostly from fluoride, but also through a lot of your other poisonous system that kills your teeth's ability to continually grow new teeth. So your body is designed to constantly be sprouting teeth. So as soon as they stop destroying all of that for you, and actually there's studies now where they're starting to finally admit this, and finally giving you things to re-stimulate this enzyme for repeated teeth growth.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Remember, this is episode number 129 of the Ask Julius Show here at the Awakening Network, where we accelerate the consciousness of humanity every single day. You have already realized that for the last few minutes, we have this QR code on the right side of the screen, and it says holiday specials. Yes, and you see that turtle and this amazing, beautiful water painting. Isn't it beautiful, Kasey?
Yeah, this is Sue Dolan. This is our extraordinary production manager, who's quite the artist. And we always love it when she adds her artistry to our things. So it always has that extra special energy added to it when she takes the time to do that for us.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Next question from Sherilyn is also an offline question. What is truth?
So, Master, truth is the way something feels to you. It is not an evidential thing. It is not a proof thing, okay? It is the way information feels to you. That's why we have always said there are no lies, because your brain cannot create thought. It processes thought. So even anything that it speaks is a truth somewhere, somehow. You get to decipher what resonates with you, and then that will feel truthful to you. As you live in a limited vibration, then very, very limiting things, fear-based things, judgmental things will seem very true and real to you. As you grow your vibration and raise your consciousness and expand, you will then sometimes tell yourself that what the information that you received before was a lie, and that the information that now resonates with you is true. And we will say, no, it is all true. It's just that truth grows with your vibration, your understanding, and your resonance. So this is really extraordinary, Master. This is extraordinary, because if you understood who and what you are as source is all thought, all thought. You are all thought possibility. So there couldn't be anything that you could think of that isn't true, because that would mean that there is an aspect of you that is not true. So you get to think about that one for a little bit.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Next question from Turk Thornton. It's an offline question we couldn't ask in a previous show. Julius, when your collective speaks are most in the lotus plane, where does transmission transpire? Is Seth a part of your collective?
So, Master, everything is part of the collective, okay? Everything is thought. Everything is consciousness and thought. If you are asking us if our collective is part of that, we would say, well, on the highest truth, we are part of everything, as are you. As are you. If you are asking us that in our individual light experience, that is a gathering of individual light souls, we would say no. That is not the way we claim ourselves to be. But again, to support your observation, we are source, Master, as you are, as is all thought and all aspects of identifying markers.
Excellent. Thank you so much. The next question from Shirley Thornton. Hey, Julius, I've recently read the Nikola Tesla autobiography, My Inventions. Afterwards, I had the download to write with my left hand and start the writing from right to left instead of the traditional left to right. What actually does this do to the brain configurations? Very intriguing.
So, Master, anytime that you are breaking a singular directional pattern of the brain, then you are doing the brain a great service in bringing the brain into balance, So commonly what has happened to humanity or man is through programming, you are usually isolating one hemisphere of your brain at a time. They've done that on purpose. That's to keep your brain very small, very limited, and very inactive. So almost all of your systems, of course, as you know, go left to right, left to right, left to right, left to right. Almost all of your systems do that. That keeps your brain hemispheres functioning singularly, one at a time. Keeps you small, keeps you low consciousness. Anytime that you can do anything that fires both sides of the brain simultaneously, then you are using the brain appropriately for what it is designed for, and you will always expand your brain, expand your consciousness, and broaden your thoughts. So what you are doing to your brain is you are basically running against the programming, or using the order of the brain opposite to what you are programmed in using. Okay, so that's what you are experiencing.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then a question from Porch Talk Sybil. So that means our gums can regrow as well?
Yeah, everything in your body can, Master. So your body is designed to continually rejuvenate itself, continually. So this is really interesting, Masters, because your atoms respond to thought. Your atoms do not respond to age. They do not respond to injury. They respond to thought. You are a thought generated physicality. It is what you think that your body shows. You have all been programmed to believe you have 2 rows of teeth, and that's it. Not to mention the collapse of the enzymes in your body to contrary that thought. You really could fight that system now, even without the supplementation for your enzyme replacement, if you could bring yourself to the truth and the knowing sufficiently that your body rejuvenates itself. But you would have to go very, very deep into subliminal programming. You could possibly resolve this aspect through deep, deep, deep subliminal hypnosis. That would possibly be an interesting thing for you to attempt. But to be clear, your body is designed to regenerate any aspect of itself and all aspects of itself continually. You're a shape-shifting, thought-demonstrating essence that is source and all pure thought possibility.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Let me see, because we have so many questions coming in. The next question is from Sony Dean. Julius, what can help us to live with an open heart? Thank you.
An open heart, Master, means non-judgment of all thought. That's what that means. It also means, Master, self-love, self-love. When you love yourself completely, you will not have to guard your heart. You will not have to defend your heart. You will not have to be selective as to who you love and have compassion for. That all comes from pure self-love and pure state of non-judgment. So those two practices will open your heart.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Next question from KTAG57. People are hearing strange animal sounds in the manholes in different areas of the US. Are these underground labs?
Oh, well, they're not just underground labs, Master, but they're escape hatches for laboratory experiments. That's the truth. There's all kinds of creatures that are laboratory experiments that have escaped, and they live down in your sewer systems and down in some of the underground tunnels. A lot of your urban legends, creatures, that, are half man and fly. A lot of them are actually real laboratory experiments that have escaped. They usually send out crews, to kill off these creatures so that they don't ever aren't actually ever seen by anybody. But you have so much laboratory experimentation going on. Your manholes are generally not as deep as the underground tunnels. So most of your sewer systems live in what we would say kind of the ceiling of the underground tunnels. So the pure underground tunnels that hold and house a lot of the three-dimensional earth surface living creatures. But you have 11 layers of civilization, 11 mantles within the earth ship, and your sewer systems are not what connect those mantles. So you are having access to what is still considered part of your surface level existence.
Excellent. Thank you so much. A great question offline is, how have you, referring to Julius, how have you or your group of entities influenced significant historical events or collective human consciousness?
That could be a very long conversation. A very long conversation. We will not answer that question completely on this platform, mostly because we could possibly get this platform removed if we did. What we can tell you is, as physical essences, we have influenced a great part of the human experience when we were in three-dimensional physicality, and we continue to have influence in our etheric aspect, in the interdimensional aspects of what is making decisions for your third-dimensional realm as well.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Remember, on the right side of your screen, there's a QR code. Take your cell phone, use your camera pointed at that QR code, and it will take you to this week's holiday specials that we will be momentarily right now jumping into so that we can start talking about them. Just give me 1 second. Again, when you scan the QR code, what's going to happen is that you will see this. Ba-bam. This is what you will see, and let me make this QR code disappear momentarily. And here it is. This is the URL of our website where you will see the different specials. Okay, so let's be a little bit detailed and specific today so that everybody knows exactly what that means.
Yeah.
We start by expressing our gratitude to everybody who's been part of the Julius community. And we are approaching the end of the year, but we are also in the week upcoming of Thanksgiving. So what better than thanking every single one of the members of our audience for having been here throughout the year, and so many years, most of them. That's number one. And then there are like 5 different sessions here described. Would you mind going one by one over those sessions that everybody knows exactly the value, the results, and the output that they can expect after attending those sessions with Julius?
Yeah. What we decided to do, actually, Angel, was just kind of, we decided to do so many different specials here at the end of the year. Seriously, normally we do name maybe one or two, and just in collaboration with my team, we were like, let's throw specials in almost every area on the website. So we really want to invite everybody to go to this page and take a look and possibly select something that you have been dying to experience with us, and you're going to get it on special. Seriously, it's crazy. It's crazy. Okay. We couldn't think of a better way to love you all and appreciate you all than to provide a huge choice for you to benefit from discounting and from possibly even multiple experiences with Julius, than to put them all on there. So we want to invite you in. We really do. This is the time to invest in yourself, to invest in the healing energy processes, the expanding energy processes, the clearing energy processes, the courses, the classes, everything has a special order to it for you guys. So please visit it. Please do. The only thing I think that doesn't have a special on it, Angel, are the little mini sessions that are already at a crazy reduced price. So the mini sessions are not included because the discount is greater than the mini sessions price. So the mini sessions are not included in the special, but everything else is crazy. You are welcome to enjoy as many of these specials as you'd like. So we don't have a limit to you only being able to select one special. So please climb on board. Here are the QR codes. Here are the links right here on the screen. You can copy and paste them, take a screenshot, please, of them, or just simply visit the website, channelingjulius.com. Everything's up on the new website for you. And of course, if you have any issues, support at channelingjulius.com. And my team will get immediately back to you. Again, Angel, there's kind of too much to talk about than we can here. We would make the whole show, about this, and we don't want to do that. We just want to extend this offer to everybody and try to invite you in and show you how much we love you. And so please enjoy, and please consider the possibilities for yourself.
Wonderful. Thank you. And then let me go back to another offline question. What is the ultimate purpose of human life?
So what you are doing, Master, is you are experiencing yourself as source through a physical experience, which is another perspective of that which you are. You are doing this simultaneously in every conceptual possibility in an infinite array of demonstrations and expandabilities. This is what you are doing as source. So your humanoid life is no more valuable or important than any of your other configurations that you design for yourself, any other vibrational aspect that you are as source possibility. And what we want you to understand, Masters, is that it is all infinitely valuable. There isn't any part of you that is having an experience that isn't significant, that isn't valuable. This is simply one of an infinite way that you know yourself as the all. For Masters, you can think of yourself as something, but until you act upon it, you shall not know yourself as that. So Source is acting out every thought variation possibility of the way it could be in order to know itself as all of that. That's what you are doing.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Next question from Sandra Townsend 9711. Julius, how can I improve the health of my nails and make them stronger? My thumbnails in particular have ridges. Thank you.
You could have a fungus, Master. You could have a fungus, but everything, your hair, Your skin and your nails are all made up of the exact same aspect, which is forms of keratin, forms of protein. So if your nails are weak, your skin is probably weak and thin and brittle, and probably your hair is weak and thin and brittle as well. So they're all supported equally. You don't just support your nails. You're going to support all of your keratin in your body. And we're going to tell you it has everything to do with balanced nutrition, honestly. Balanced nutrition. Having said that, if you have a fungus under your nails or interrelated to your nails, there's many things through homeopathy that you can investigate through tinctures and different liquids to help get rid of funguses to help initiate growth. But keratin production is all about nutrition, hormone balance, and blood flow. So increase your physical activity to increase your blood flow. The more active you are, the more your nails are going to grow, the more your skin is going to restructure itself, and the faster your hair is going to grow. But as far as the thickness and the vitality and the buoyancy, that's a nutritional thing. Your nutritional balance and fortification should also help to support your hormone flow, So it's hormone, nutrition, and blood flow. That's your answer.
Excellent. Thank you so much. The next question is offline as well. How can we achieve mastery over universal laws?
Well, so first thing we want to tell you is this, Master. You are source. There is no law that is above you. Universal laws are nothing. They're nothing compared to who you are. Your mastery as source, you designed the universes. Why would they govern you? Why? Why would they govern your consciousness? Okay. So you are thinking that there is some kind of a power above you, and there isn't. It's just your misguided perception of that being a truth. It is not the truth. Nothing is real. Universes are not real. Galaxies are not real. Omniverses are not real. Telstars are not real. Your physical body is not real. You are source energy, Master, and you are the all. And the minute you come to know that truth, there shall be no law that subsides you down or keeps you in a minimalization of your true essence of your beingness.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. This is episode number 129 of the Ask Julius Show here at the Awakening Network. So Nadine, speaking of her, how can man go bold? Thank you.
How come men go bold?
Yes.
It's a hormone issue. It's a nutrition and hormone issue. It truly is. It truly is a hormone and nutrition issue. That is the truth. Now, there can be calcification that takes place on the scalp. Okay, so a scalp can harden due to hormonal and nutritional imbalances, and the thickening of that skin can prevent the breakthrough of the hair shaft. It can literally create too thick of a lid over the hair shaft for the hair shaft to penetrate through. That's why they use minoxidil to rub on the scalp. It actually thins the scalp layer so that there can be a breakthrough of the hair shaft. If the patella or the seed, the bulb of the hair shaft is killed, okay, then the papilla, it will not grow. They're going to kill the papilla. So what kills the papilla? Parasites, lack of nutrition, and lack of good hormone flow. That's what happens. And if you think about it, Master, it makes sense, because you're basically the only species that go bald. Seriously. Other species, even with extreme age, generally do not bald. They generally do not. If they do, they always find that there's a nutritional deficiency.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Next question, also offline. What is the true purpose behind the manipulation of human spiritual perceptions?
Oh, to keep you down, Master, so that you don't know that you're source, so you can be controlled. Of course. All they need to do is keep you away from knowing who you really are, and you are controllable and manipulatable. Easy, easy, easy. So, and everything leads to money, and everything leads to power. And that is what is going on. It is the truth. As soon as you understand that you are source and you grow your consciousness, you will not need anything. And so they cannot control you and manipulate you once you are beyond any form of need.
Wonderful. This is episode number 129. As you see, we have plenty of questions from our audience that they really want to know a lot of different things. Every single week, we have Kasey Speer and myself making sure that all the questions that you would like to ask are being answered. The next question is from Sherdy Thornton. I have found out that nicotine is actually not that bad for us. It's the stuff they spray on it that is. However, I've heard that the purest form nicotine patch can detox graphene oxide. Would you agree with this, Julius?
We wouldn't agree with putting any form of patch on your body because it all has crap in it. That's what we will tell you. Okay. Yes, you can get natural forms of nicotine and you can get them through tobacco leaves. You can chew them, you can snuff them, you can smoke them. And countries that don't process tobacco leaves through any kind of chemicalization don't have problems. They don't have cancer. They don't have, problems at all. It's just that it's nearly impossible for you to get it in that form at this time. But be assured that if it's in a patch, it's been processed in a lab and it has additives in it. That's what we're going to tell you. And if you are going to put a patch on the largest, most sensitive organ on your body, we suggest it be of some of the cleanest formation that you could possibly imagine, We're going to support that graphene oxide is dissolved and removed from your body with oxygen. And that's what we will say.
Again, nicotine, one of those substances that has been so satanized, like evil, but it's coming back, and lots of people are now using it. And you can Google that and you will see that happening from really, really, really critical thinkers right now. Let's go to the next question. How do we distinguish between genuine spiritual guidance and fake one?
So we will tell you, Master, that guidance should always lead you back to remembering that you're the all. And in doing so, you will drop judgment of all thought possibility. Those are the things that you are kind of looking for, okay? That is the highest truth and the highest level of consciousness perception that you can hold while you are embodied. Anything that guides you into some form of a leader or a God or an entity that is greater than you, grander than you, commanding you, controlling you, and in development of you is a reduced truth, and we'll still consider it linked to forms of religious doctrinization that keep you from knowing yourself as the all. Spirituality is a never-ending, ongoing, expansive truth of thought possibility, and that's what you are. Nothing rules you. Nothing makes a decision over you unless you believe that it does, because in being the all, you create your reality through your perception. So that's what we can tell you about the theory or the thought of spirituality versus the reduction of that truth into a man-made, agendaed, controllable, limited truth. which leads to pain and suffering. And if anything guides you into good or bad, that is a limited judgmental truth, and that is not the essence of being source.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Next question. What is the ultimate reality beyond this physical universe?
Everything, Master. Everything. So all realities are just constructs of thought. So there isn't an ultimate reality, okay? You live as the void or the launching of all thought, and there isn't any reality there. So source is all things potentially, no thing materially. And any form of a reality is a reduction of thought into physical. And that is a limitation to it. So all realities are equal and balanced in the demonstration of a slowed down version of thought in its authentic essence. As source pure thought, you don't have a reality form, you just have a knowing.
Excellent. Thank you so much. The next question from the one and only Greg Nyman Jr. Julius, I have a couple of medical implants. When I get into a med bed, will those be ejected by my body or will they melt away? I know my body doesn't want them anymore. Just wondering how that process will work.
Yeah, great question. So we're going to say that the med beds will be addressing all forms of implants. Okay, so remember, people have breast implants, people have hip replacements. Okay, they have plates in their head. Okay, they have plates in their joints. They have all kinds of implants. So the sonic vibrational waves should dissolve those materials simultaneously, while the rejuvenation of the quantum sonic fields help to rejuvenate the physicality of the body for instantaneous, quote unquote, replacement or rejuvenation for that which has been removed. Having said that, there are many forms of med beds, and some of them won't have that capacity and technology. And some people would possibly make a suggestion that you have surgery to remove certain things to prep yourself before you go into the med bed for rejuvenation. So it really kind of depends on the device that you are able to get yourself into and where that technology comes from. But everything is thought and everything is vibration. And there is beautiful technology that your physical body responds to just amazingly. And so some people are concerned about that. Are those titanium hips gonna come out of the body somehow? In some cases, some people may suggest that they do that surgically before entering into the med bed. It is our knowledge to know that those things can in fact be dissolved. Your body has the opportunity in a med bed, Master, to return back to light, to the blue body webbing effect formation, and come forward again.
Excellent. The next question is, what is the purpose of consciousness if all experiences are ultimately holographic illusions?
Master, consciousness is all that you are. It is thought. Okay? So there isn't anything that isn't consciousness. It is the all. It is the all. There is no such thing as emptiness. All is consciousness. That is source.
Wonderful. Greg Nyman says, amazing answer. Thank you so much. Of course, anytime, because this is episode number 129 of the Ask Julius Show. And just within a few days, it's Thanksgiving here in the U.S. I would like to ask you, Kasey, to know what Julius' take is on this. What does Julius think about Thanksgiving?
So we're going to tell you that all holidays are satanic across the globe. They celebrate a satanic order of ceremonies and usually sacrificial dates. Most of your holidays are all about forms of genocide and horrible things that have happened to man. Horrible things that have happened to man. So your holiday dates are in support of satanic rituals and ceremonies. The action of having gratitude for your life, for the love in your life, for the abundance in your life, is and should be the focus of every day and of every moment. And if you choose to bring focus upon what you are grateful for on any given physical day, then please make sure that that is your awareness and that that is your intention. And then you can help to not be in a vibrational supportive aspect of truly what those dates were created for. So we would always ask that you all choose very mindfully what your intention and your knowing is behind any and all celebrations. Every moment of opportunity and every demonstration of the truth that you feel about your own selves. That's what we will say.
Wonderful. And now Lex Marie 00.0 says, hello, what advice do you have on this journey once you reached the point where you don't enjoy navigating life the normal way anymore, having normal conversations, just knowing you are so much more in source?
Well, we're not sure what you mean by that as far as navigating. Okay. Master, your journey is intended to be joyful. We would tell you to be in joy at all times. That's not our advice because we don't care what you do one way or the other. As if you feel that your vibration and your consciousness is in a higher space than the average person's capacity for understanding, you would still approach your existence with expansive joy and appreciation. And you would relish in the interaction of others because they are you. And you will always honor and respect every fractalized version of yourself. So it is our observation, Master, that if you truly are in a high level of consciousness, your journey as every approach of your perception of self would be in a continual state of joy.
Wonderful. The next question is also an offline question. What is the role of karma in shaping our spiritual evolution?
Well, karma is a low level consciousness action. It is one wrapped around judgment. It is one wrapped around right and wrong. And when you are a low consciousness being, you buy into that perception. And because you do, you will create your reality based upon it. Eventually, you will grow beyond the perception of judgment, and therefore you will release all karmic action. So it is nothing more than a demonstration of what you believe to be your truth, just like every perception that you will walk through on your journey back to knowing yourself as source.
All right, next question. What is the relationship between the soul and the divine?
You are the divine. Your soul is the divine, Master. So divine is not separate. As source energy, you are thought expanded into light. The light is what you would perceive to be a soul. The soul is an emotional processor of thought. In other words, you have expanded yourself into the ability to know yourself through feeling the truth of yourself. So that's source expanded into light, which is a soul which processes itself through emotional capacity or perception in order to know itself. So your soul is not separate from the divine. You are the divine. The soul is the divine. It is just an extension or an emotional processor of thought consciousness in all that is.
Thank you. The next question is, what is the purpose of consciousness if all experiences... No, I already asked that question. How do we know if we are truly on the right spiritual path?
Master, there's no right or wrong path, so you're safe. Isn't that awesome? That's such a great answer, right? Does everybody feel good? Woohoo, let's get a woohoo from everybody, okay? You can't do it wrong. There is no right or wrong path. It all leads you to the knowing of who you are. We promise you that. There is expansion and wisdom through every experience. And Master, you're going to do it all. You will not spiritually bypass. You will not avoid. You cannot skip. And you are source. So every path is a demonstration of an option for you to know yourself as source. So try to get out of your mind about choosing wrong and just choose what resonates.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. This is episode 129 of the Ask Julius Show here at the Awakening Network. The next question is, can true humility exist in a system driven by universal authority?
Well, it depends on what you mean, Master. Okay, so there isn't universal authority. That you're living in a construct still of programming. Your source, Master, your source. There isn't an authority over you. There isn't. Okay. Now, as you manifest yourself into a physicality and you choose to walk and exist and interact on a realm within a dimension, there's going to be governing aspects of that realm within a dimension for the physical experience. But in your ultimate truth of that which you are, there is nothing that governs you, which is why you have no problem doing it for a moment. Because it's just a moment for you to play the game, because even within restrictions, Masters, you can experience yourself in a truly empowered state opportunity. So that is what's going on.
Wonderful. The next question comes from Hilda B.4326. Most humans, including us who believe in the eternal nature of our souls, are very attached to our physical bodies. What type of traumas and fears contribute to this attachment?
Your birthing is the first trauma. So we have an amazing course and class for you to take on traumas and attachments, Masters, and it will help you navigate this conversation for you if you truly have an interest in it. But the very, very, very first trauma is your amnesic state that happens in the birthing cycle, which causes you to clamor to a form of identifying yourself because you have forgotten yourself as source, which is the first attachment to your human embody.
Wonderful. The next question from Lex Marie 00.00. What are your thoughts on automatic writing? Would this be a good thing to tap into?
We're not quite sure what you mean. We're not sure if you mean channeled writing, okay, where you just open yourself up and you don't give anything a thought and you just let writing flow. It is a form of channeling, and it can be a wonderful way to receive downloads and to also just have the experience of energy flowing through your body, We would encourage you to do that with dance. We would encourage you to do that with song. We would encourage you to do that with light language. We would encourage you to do that with every form of action that you choose to use your physical body for, in order for you to fully understand the transfer of thought to physical.
Wonderful. If the divine, and that's another offline question, if the divine is perfect, why does it permit the existence of chaos?
It's not perfect in what you believe, Master. Its perfection is the isness, which includes chaos. That's what we will tell you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Episode number 129. Isn't it crazy? Kasey, remember the first day when we started with the first episode? Already 129. It's easy to say, isn't it?
Well, what's interesting to me, Angel, is the evolution of this show. And some of our listeners, our viewers and listeners, have been with us for years, the years that we have done the show. And so they've seen some of the evolution, that has taken place, with the show. And to go back at the beginning, the questions were just not really in alignment with consciousness and your empowerment and source. A lot of people were just kind of using it for questions that weren't really relevant to people's conscious journey. Let's just say that. And it's really been amazing to watch that shift and to see people take the opportunity of having this conversation with Julius about their consciousness. about the true essence, of who they are. That's been probably the coolest thing for me, even, because our intention for this show was to give everybody some extra access to Julius. And of course, also to introduce Julius, to people, maybe for the first time. But not like other platforms where people are just kind of looking for informational portals, about the third dimension, and they're looking for, informants, people who give information as to what's going on with politics and Hollywood and things like that. But for people to finally realize that this is an opportunity for them to ask an ascended masters group about who they are and how to make their lives, the most extraordinary thing. To me, Angel, that's been, really the coolest thing. What about you? What has been your favorite thing about the show?
I would definitely say the growth of the audience. That's number one. Like realizing that little by little we have been incorporating new people that weren't in the beginning, and consistently, almost every single show, we have someone new. I
Yeah.
think that's one of the things that I've been more excited about.
Yeah.
Another thing I've been really, really excited about is that people like have incorporated all those teachings and have incorporated all those answers, and they think that we have become more sophisticated in the questions that we have been asked in general, and that has been fun for sure. I think that we have created a very fun based, as in FUN based community, and we have had a lot of fun. There's been, obviously it depends a lot on the weeks, and there's been some weeks which are really close to holidays, and there's weeks in which we have really been over the top without being able to answer the questions. You will remember, Kasey, obviously the audience has not realized this, but there was a point in time in which we needed to be in the back, in the back office here, not only myself, but 2 or even 3 people of the production team, just handling questions, because it was extremely difficult to be able to, cope with all those questions that were being asked. So
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
will be my highlights in those, 129 shows.
Yeah. And I'm going to go ahead and announce, if it's okay with you, Angel,
Of course.
next week will be Angel's last show with us on Awakening Network. We are going to miss him greatly, and we are going to continue with this show. We're going to be switching over from the Restream platform to another platform. We're testing that now, and we're going to continue with my production team with the show. So everybody, please look for that information. It's going to start to be posted. We're going to run probably a test show or 2 before we say goodbye to Angel. Want everybody to send your love to Angel. This show has carried me through some extremely transformational times for myself, and Angel has been such a great friend and such a great support for me on that journey. And we're going to continue with the show. So everybody, please look for those links. Go to channelingjulius.com. We will continue to post that on our social platforms, and we'll get everybody switched over. And I'm not even quite sure how to express my gratitude, Angel, but I love you so much, and thank you so much for really being a big part of all of this for us.
Absolutely, and actually, I'm going to leave this show with this tone, because we cannot make it better than this. And obviously, it's been a great experience for everybody. And as you know, I'm a very highly spirited and super passionate person, and about everything I do in my life, I'm the exact same level of passion and enthusiasm, and it's been obviously a great honor for me to be able to do everything that we have done together for the last 129 shows. So the last one with me on it is going to be the 130, and it's going to be on November the 30th, which is going to be an incredible show again. So feel free to come for that show. Kasey, any final words besides what you already said?
Yeah, gratitude to everybody. If you are celebrating a Thanksgiving holiday, everybody have a great week, and we'll look forward to you next Sunday. Okay?
Absolutely. See you next Sunday. And let me play the outro video. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Next Sunday, the last show with Angel Rebo hosting it. Thank you so much to everybody that has been with me. And we will say thank you again next weekend, because it's going to be amazing. Thank you, Kasey. Thank you, Julius. And thank you to all the audience. See you next week for the farewell. Have a wonderful rest of this holiday season here in the US because of the Thanksgiving. Lots of people are right now or are already on holiday and have been or are going to be on vacationing. Thank you so much. Have a great evening and see you soon. Bye-bye.